Okay, so I just got the patch notes for basically the next patch, which is absolutely massive, and they didn't publish it on Facebook, but then it was there on their Chinese website, so I went there and then I found a list of changes. So here are the balance changes. So first off is Avenger, and he's getting quite a big buff. So basically he's not just like a laughing stock now, because that's what he was previously, but is he good enough to be used? So on open maps where the obstacles don't really funnel you to fight in a tight space, he's still kind of useless, because 2 attack, 25 health, I mean, that doesn't do enough, and then you don't have to hit it, you can just get around him. But on closed maps, it can be really hard to sort of get around the taunt. So he'll be much stronger in closed maps than open maps. But then in general, I don't think he's strong enough to put him on like a top tier lineup. Maybe for like a budget strategy, like you could test him out. But if you're using a top tier lineup, this is probably not quite strong enough. But he's like something worth considering now, because before he was just a joke. So Bloodlock is losing 1 attack but gaining 5 health, and that's actually not a nerf at all, I think, because the thing is, when you use Bloodlock, you're going to be initiating. So Bloodlock is going to pull in the person, and the person pulling is going to hit Bloodlock. So Bloodlock's going to be taking in a lot of damage, and doing this means Bloodlock is more happy to tank the damage for the team, and you lose 1 damage every turn, but then your Bloodlock lives longer, and your Hippie Reaper is going to do a lot of damage every turn anyway. So yeah, Bloodlock and Hippie Reaper is still going to be dominating the meta. And Candle. So this is a absolutely massive change. It's just like a complete rework. I'm not sure why Candle needed a rework. He seemed like his design was okay. And what this does is it kills a lot of old synergies with Candle. Like Candle and Flame Priest will no longer be a good combination, and like Candle and Giant Blade. What this means is it's even more important now to get your AoE damage off onto more heroes. So Candle will be a lot better with displacement heroes like Longhorn or maybe Bloodlock. I'm not sure about Bloodlock, but otherwise you just surround Candle, and then he's going to only be doing 3 damage every turn, which is kind of crap. 318 if you surround the Candle. But if you can do 6 damage a turn with a hero, then that's generally pretty good, even if it's split across 2 heroes. So Candle and Longsword will still have some synergy. I'm not sure if that will be a thing. Candle and Longhorn, possibly. Candle, Bloodlock. And Giant Blade. Giant Blade's going to 2 attack, 25 health. He was still kind of used in budget lineups, and this is a buff to him, so he'll still kind of be used in the lineups where he fits in. It's not a huge buff, so you're not going to see him pop up in like lineups that shouldn't be using him. Morphling. So Morphling is basically getting a giant nerf this patch. So not only is his health going down, but the hero that he synergizes best with, which I think is Candle, is also getting reworked so that he's not good with Morphling anymore. Like you probably won't be that happy if Candle transforms into... I mean, if Morphling transforms into Candle. Is he still good enough to be used? I think he's still good enough, because there are lots of other heroes like Archdruid. I mean, Morphling can transform well into, and even if you transform into Candle, that's still okay, because when Morphling transforms, it doesn't give your opponent a chance to prepare around what Morphling transforms into. So they're often more impactful. So like if you're playing against Longsword, you might try not to put your hero in a line, but if Morphling suddenly transforms into Longsword and then your hero's already in the line, yeah, that's too bad. You can't have done anything about that. So Morphling's still okay, but he's definitely a lot weaker now. He's just sort of okay now. He's not great. Like before in the last patch, I would say he's like kind of overpowered actually, but like you don't notice it because Bloodlock and Hippie Reaper, they're just like so broken. But then for like non-budget lineups, like the expensive lineups where you have all the rares and stuff, you'll still be using Merlin, Gull Hunter probably, and Morphling doesn't want to transform into those, so you probably will be picking Morphling less in those lineups now. And yeah, this nerf is just like another thing to add on to it. Musketeer, 4 attack, 20 health. He's a bit better in Arena now, but in constructed play, he's still crap. Necromancer, this change is not that big. Pegleg, he's still garbage. Skull Hunter was originally very good before the changes, and now they're buffing him. I'm not sure why they're doing that, but then that means he's even better. Snowflare, gaining 1 health. So Snowflare was already really good. He can shut down ranged heroes, and even if you're not against a team with any ranged heroes, he's still a solid tank. He's getting a small buff, so he's still going to be good. He was good. He's not going to suddenly become amazing, but he's still good. Yeah, so using 4 health and gaining 1 attack. Now that's quite big. So Solimezi is definitely going to be really powerful. He's going to probably be a thing this patch. But then what I see that might stop him is basically Bloodlock and Hippie Reaper again, because Solimezi is a bit less powerful against that kind of team. But then against all other teams, he's just really strong. I mean, if you Santa Warhammer, you Santa Snake Lady him like a candle. Yeah, candle. Especially now he has logistics. Now that's just brutal. So Solimezi is going to be really good next patch. And Warhammer, he's getting 2 extra health, so he was a good hero, and now he's still good. He wasn't a very, very strong hero, but he was playable, even at the higher levels.